All right, mic check. You should be good. Hot. Go. There we go. Hey, hey, hey! Look at this guy. Go, go, go! Come on. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna put the mic on real quick, like that. Hopefully that works. My beanie off. All right, and here we go. Sus hallacos, sus papitas. Toma hallacos. There you go. There you go. Where's the? Oh well. I don't know if I got what happened to the turkey leg or not, but oh well. I was going to give a turkey leg to a duck. All right. Sit down. Hey guys. Okay. We'll turn back around. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here. All right. How's my mic? Is my mic okay? Everybody all right? Anyway, once again, thank you for being here. Today has been a ride. I know, right? It's and the day has just begun for many, but well, as everybody knows, or at least if you follow me, you should know that I wake up extremely early every day, naturally, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I do a lot of my own little meditations. But today, I had to take my son and his wife to the airport. So I've been up for quite a bit, and spent some time with my wife. Did a morning meditation with her, and now I get to enjoy this time with you guys. So this is my morning. All right, let me see. I gotta wear my wife's glasses again. I can't find my glasses. I don't know where they are, so I'll use her spares. Okay. Yesterday we left off. I was reading. Okay. I am an author. I wrote a book, The Pocket Guide to Becoming 13 Principles of Power, Presence, and Purpose. These are basically, it took me 42 years to learn this. Okay. And I hope you guys get as much information out of it as it was helpful to me learning it. So we left off and we're coming up on principle number 5, lead yourself first. So let's see here. Principle number 5, lead yourself first. Before you can lead others, you must lead the man in the mirror. You don't need a title to become a leader. You just need ownership. Your habits and emotions, your energy, your standards, they're either guiding you or running wild. If you can't lead yourself, you'll never be trusted to lead anyone else. Leadership begins inside, not with control, but with clarity and consistency. Can you make yourself do what needs to be done when no one's watching? That's where the real power lies. You see, the first and best victory is to conquer yourself. That's Plato. And then he who cannot obey himself can't be commanded. Excuse me. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. And that was Friedrich Nietzsche. So basically, you need to figure out deeply who you are, not the superficial stuff, not the deep programming, not everything. And the only way to do that is by digging deep. And you can find those information here in my book. But so I'll continue. Field note from the observer. When you wait for motivation, you've already given your power away. Leadership isn't about how you are, it's about how aligned you are. The man who commands himself moves through the world in silence, but everything around him just adjusts. All right, here's some daily practice for leading yourself. Morning command. What's the hardest thing that I will do today, no matter what? What is one hard thing I will do today, no matter what? Then you need to do that. Midday calibration. Am I leading from clarity or reacting from emotion? Evening review. Where did I lead myself well today? And where did I fold? And then you have to reset, and then you have to recommit. All right. The lie. You need to be someone to hold, you need someone to hold you accountable. No, you don't. You need a standard and the courage to check yourself. Accountability is sacred, but it starts inside. Jim Rohn reminds us, discipline is the foundation upon which all success is built. Lack of discipline inevitably leads to failure. Lead the man you see in the mirror. Everything else follows from here. All right, here's some final thoughts. A leader without inner discipline is a liability, but a man who leads himself, who walks in silence, keeps his word, control his mind, he's unstoppable. Start there, lead from there, build it from there. Real world reminder. The day I got up at 4 a.m. and kept the world to myself, I felt unstoppable. No one even knew, just me. Transition into principle number 6. Now that you've leading yourself with the discipline, the next challenge is presence. You were made just to check the boxes. You were built to experience life deeply. Principle number 6. Live fully, not just effectively. Don't just get through the day, be in it. Life is meant to be lived, not scheduled. You weren't born to check boxes. You weren't made to survive your day. You were built to experience it, to breathe it, to notice it, to feel the sun, the pain, the connection, the tension. You're there. If you're there, just getting through it, you're missing it. The world rewards busy, but busy doesn't mean alive. Efficiency isn't purpose. You can be productive and still be empty, focused and still be numb. Don't focus movement with meaning. Don't confuse movement with meaning. Presence is where the power lives. And the reason I said that is because sometimes we're in autopilot. Body's moving, but our fucking minds are stuck in the past or wondering about, in yesteryear or anxiety about tomorrow. We need to focus on the now. What is my task at hand? For example, currently, right now, I'm talking to you guys. So that's exactly what's going on. That we don't tend to focus on what happens. We need to focus on what's happening. We always, for some reason, We have a way of thinking this is going to happen, this is how it's going to happen, and so forth. And then what happens? Things don't align with how we're doing everything. So then what happens then is becomes dis-ease. We become fucking pissed off. Our body's messing. Okay? Hey, Beth. All right, here we go. Dolly Parton said, "Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life." It's extremely important. And Eckhart Tolle said, "Wherever you are, be there fully." Here's a field note from the Observer. You think your mind needs more planning. It doesn't. It needs more presence. Every thought about yesterday or tomorrow is pulling you out of the now. See? You experience life through your schedule. You don't experience life through your schedule. You experience it through your sensation. How are you feeling? How are you reacting? How do you feel where you are right now? Okay? You experience through your sensation, through stillness, through soul, and by breathing slower. We need to speak less, watch more, and be where your feet are. Everything else is already here. So, in those moments that you realize that you are anxious about tomorrow, about what's going to happen, or how are you going to plan this, and blah 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 blah. I need to do this. Oh, I should be doing this, or I could be doing something else better. When you get to those, sorry, I just saw. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, it's a little bird. Sorry, it looked like a frog jumping. It's a little bird. So anyway, back to the thing. You guys get my drift, okay? Daily practice for living fully. Morning grounding. Pause before reaching for your phone. Listen, I know we all live on our phones, and this is extremely important. There is not one successful person that wakes up and looks at their phone as the very first thing that they do. As soon as they open their eyes, where's my phone? That's successful people don't do that. In any characterization, okay? A person who's got everything settled never reaches for this thing first. On the contrary, there should be one thing first. Let's see if, here we go. Pause before reaching for your phone. Feel your breath and say, I'm here. It's extremely important to notice exactly, oh, I'm back on earth. I'm back at home. I am back here. I am home. I'm in a place that I know. What happens if you wake up and you're in a place that you don't know? It happens to some people. It really does. They get blacked out. For some reason, they block out. They're taken to the hospital. They wake up like, what the fuck? See? So just be grateful for the fact that you woke up in an environment that you are aware of. It's crazy, but that's extremely important. What happens if you wake up and you don't know where you are? Don't know who you are? Don't know anything about you? Your life's going to fucking change, isn't it? Do you think that anything that worried you yesterday, when you wake up today and don't remember anything about what happened, you forgot your past, right? You forgot who you are. You forgot anything, and you're not in a place where you're from, right? You woke up, it's like, holy fuck, who am I? Where am I? Okay, scary situation. So what do? You just worry about the task at hand. What's the next step? Who the fuck am I? Where am I? We need to answer those two questions, and that's it. And start going forward, moving forward. Finally, when you get the full answers, you may realize, holy shit, the only thing that mattered is that the day is progressing and you're learning from it. That's all that matters. Not what's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow I have to go to work, so I get anxiety, and oh my God, the fucking day sucks. Oh, if I would have done this, if I would have played these numbers in the lotto, I would have fucking won. Who the fuck cares? What are you doing right now? What are you doing with your life right now? That's all that matters. Okay? So, Daily practice for living fully. Pause before reaching for your phone. Feel your breath. Say, I am here. Midday wake up. Go outside. Touch the ground. Notice something beautiful. Interrupt that autopilot. Look to interrupt the autopilot. I'm telling you, when you go into autopilot, you'll know exactly what I mean. Sometimes you fucking zone out. Okay? Evening check-in. Did I truly live today? Where was I present and where was I absent? It's important to write things down. For some reason, it has come to my attention that when you live fully, your day fully, you when you give to yourself, to your day, and just be the best possible person you can for the moment, for the task at hand. Here's what I mean. We all have jobs that we hate, that we love, and so forth. Let me ask you a question. If you're at a job that you hated, right? If you're at a job that you love, would you mind being there? Of course not. Everybody is looking for a job that they love. I said, okay. So if you're looking forward to going to work, that's fantastic, right? Because you're at a job that you love. You're doing the things that you love to do. Then why not do that? Why not do that? Oh, because I don't have the training, I don't have this, I don't have that. Okay, so the task at hand needs to prepare me for that job, right? I mean, just that's what I should be doing, is that, right? Or how am I getting there? Okay, so if I'm doing a job that I don't like and I am working, doing whatever it is, right, and I hate my job, then I'm not going to be a full performer. I'm not going to give it all my best. I'm not going to give it absolutely my all, and I'm going to give it my all attention. And that's where mistakes happen, because you're not fully present, right? So in aviation, this is my background, right? So in aviation, you have to be always on top, following fucking little manuals and shit, and going line by line by line by line by line. Ha! I need a haircut. Actually, this is the longest my hair has ever been. After I retired, I said I'm not gonna cut my hair for a very long time. So anyway, let's go back to this. Here's a lie, really important. You don't have time for that. You don't have time not to do it. Okay? We're talking about the daily practice for living, or about being present and so forth. Okay? So I don't have time for that. That's a lie. You don't have time not to do certain things. Your life isn't waiting for you to arrive. It's already happening. Stop rushing through your own miracle. Jim Rohn reminds us that happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present, for the now. Design your presence. Let life meet you there. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts, and then I'm going to go back to something I'm going to say real quick that I want to say. It's about doing is R. Final thoughts. Can't see shit. You're here to grind yourself into dust. You're not here to grind yourself into dust. You're here to live with fire, depth, and joy. Let other men race. You walk with presence because you're already fully alive. All right? You're already ahead. Real world reminders. I paused once to feel the wind hit my face. And for the first time that day, I realized I was alive. The rest of that, that's my moments. And I realized that I was alive and not just productive. Sometimes you go into autopilot and it's just production. And you just focus on that. But you need to stop. You know how they say stop and smell the roses? It's just really stopping and analyzing and realizing where you are. Being present is so important. All right, doing is are. And here's the reason why. I always say this. In order to become what we want to become, all right, what kind of person am I going to be in the future? What kind of, how do I want people to see me, right? So how do I want to be presented? How do I, what kind of a man is Nestor going to be in 10, 15, 20, 30 years? So what I do today is exactly that. I do as that person does as he would have. So I do as are. It's not I do as I am. I do as are. You don't do as if. I'm not doing things as if I was gonna be that person. No. I am that person. I are. So cool. Yeah, these are my wife's glasses, so probably why. Couldn't find mine. Anyway, there we go. Transition to principle number 7, protect your energy. Living fully requires guarding what fuels you. Excuse me. Living fully requires guarding what fuels you. Not everyone gets access. Not everything deserves your bandwidth. It's time to stop leaking energy and start protecting your power. Principle number 7, protect your power. Protect your energy. Not everything deserves access to you. You don't owe everyone your presence. You owe yourself your peace. Energy is your currency. Attention is your fuel. And you are leaking both. But when you don't set boundaries, you don't need to explain your peace. You need to prioritize it. You are not a trash can. You're not a doormat. And you're not available 24/7. You're a vessel. You need to protect its contents. Every time you say yes to something unaligned, you're saying no to your own well-being. Your mind is a sacred ground. You need to guard the gates. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That was said by Jim Rohn. And I don't know who said this, but the only people who get upset about your boundaries are the ones who benefit from you not having none. Field note from the observer. Most of the exhaustion isn't from doing too much. It's from doing what drains you. You're not tired, you're disconnected. When your energy is scattered, so is your purpose. So pull it back, reclaim your center, and treat your peace like it's priceless, because it is. Daily practice for protecting your energy. What's mine to carry today? What isn't? I need to release the rest. Midday reset. Pause, breathe. Where is my energy leaking? And then you recalibrate. Evening detox. What drained me today? Who lifted me today? And we need to adjust accordingly. All right. Here's a lie. You're supposed to be available. No, you're not. You're supposed to be present, not accessible to everything. Silence is sacred. Solitude is strength. Saying no is a full sentence. Jim Rohn reminds us, learn to say no. Don't let your mouth overload your back. You need to protect your energy like it's your future, because it is. Here's some final thoughts. You're not selfish for choosing peace. You are wise. This isn't about walls, it's about windows. You decide what gets in. Energy is life. You need to guard it well. The day I stopped answering every call, I finally had energy left for the things that actually mattered. Transition to principle number 8. Honor the body. Your energy flows through your vessel, and the vessel is your body. It's time to stop abusing it and start honoring it. Principle number 8. Honor your body. You only get one vessel. Treat it like it carries your future, because it does. You don't have to be a bodybuilder, but you need to stop acting like your body is disposable. It's your transmitter. It's your antenna, your amplifier. It stores your stress. It carries your choices, and it reflects your self-respect. Your body never lies. It will tell you everything through tension, fatigue, cravings, sickness, or pain. You don't punish your body into greatness. You nourish it into power. Strong men are not just mentally sharp, they're physically present. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. That was by Jim Rohn. And Naval Navicot said, a fit body, a calm mind, and a house full of love, these things cannot be bought. They must be earned. Field note from the Observer. Your body holds memory. Every moment you've suppressed, it's stored. Every emotion you ignored, it kept. It's not just meat and muscle. It's the sacred interface between the thought and reality. You don't just live in your body, you speak through it. Treat it accordingly. Daily practice for honoring your body. Morning activations. Move, stretch, hydrate. Thank your body for carrying you. Midday check-in. What does my body need right now? Fuel, rest, movement, evening recovery. Unwind with intention. No screens. Breathe deep and reset that nervous system. Here's a lie. I'll start taking care of myself later. I got a shit to do now. There is no later. That is only what you're teaching your body is today. And it's learning, whether you're leading it or not. It's actually learning. Jim Rohn reminds us, your body is the most valuable real estate that you will ever own. You need to treat it like an appreciating asset. Think about that. That's amazing. Hey, King. All right, here's some final thoughts. Your physical health is your spiritual alignment in motion. Let me repeat that. Your physical health is your spiritual alignment in motion. You need to fuel it. You need to move it. You need to honor it. Because a man at war with his body is a man at war with himself. Here's a real world reminder. I used to run all day and feel empty. I started asking why before every move, and then I finally felt full. Let me repeat that to you, because I don't think people get this one. When my mind was running around all day, when I'm running around, I'm busy, right? I used to run around all day and I used to feel empty. I thought I was busy, but I felt empty. And then I started asking why. Why do I feel empty if I'm so busy? Why do I feel empty? When I started asking why, and I started realizing what I was doing, I finally felt full. Transition to principle number 9. Once you respect your body, you're clear enough to move from a deeper place. Not from ego, not from fear, but from truth. Principle number 9. Act from truth. When truth leads, ego dissolves. And what's left is the man that you always meant to be. Most people move from fear, from guilt, from approval seeking, from programming. Very few move from truth. Truth is quiet. It doesn't beg or explain. It just is. And when you act from it, your energy changes. Your posture changes. Your life changes. Acting from truth isn't easy. It's not popular, but it's always clean. There's no anxiety, no second guessing, just alignment. When your actions match your values, that's freedom. Think about that. You're doing everything at free will. 100% because you want to. Now, C.S. Lewis says, integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. While Richard Bach said, your only obligation in any lifetime is to be true to yourself. Field note from the Observer. You can feel when something is off. Even if the world applauds, you know. That sensation in your chest, that flicker in your gut, it's your system alerting you. You're off course. Truth doesn't yell and it doesn't chase. It waits until you're quiet enough to hear it. Daily practice for acting from truth. Where in my life am I performing? Pause and tell the truth. Midday alignment. Is this choice rooted in truth or ego? And then you need to adjust. Evening audits. Did I make one decision today from truth rather than comfort? Here's a lot. Are we back? Are we back? Yeah, oh, here we go. We lost you guys. Okay. I am back. Great. Looks like we lost that guy. You know, some people just don't know what to do. They have nothing else on their time, and that's okay. He's probably, I don't know, he's having a great time too. You know, he's showing off. Whatever. Where am I? I'm going to start here. Here's a lie. If it works, it must be right. No, the results don't always mean alignment. Plenty of things work while pulling you away from who you are, truth over outcome every time. Now, Jim Rohn reminds us, make sure what you're doing is the product of your own conclusion. Don't just act, you act from knowing. Final thoughts. When you act from truth, you don't have to defend it. You just stand in it. And slowly, your world begins to reflect it back. That's power. That's peace. That's presence. All right. Real world reminder. Once I realized my peace was a choice, not a reward, everything around me started losing control of me. Transition to principle number 10. Control your focus. Once you're aligned with truth, the next challenge is clarity, because truth without focus is wasted energy. Now it's time to master one thing. It shapes everything, your attention. Principle number 10. Let me see here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it there and we'll continue on with principle number 10 tomorrow. All right. I'd like to go ahead and take the opportunity to probably end this with a thank you, a sharing of energies. Just let's see here. All right. Make sure you ground yourselves. Okay. Sorry. Let me finish up my coffee because after I finish with you guys, this next 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, this time frame, after I finish with you, you know, and I put this away, I have some journaling to do that I have not done yet because of my busy morning. So there are certain things that I do throughout my day that are extremely important. And those are the ones that I do. When I do is are. What are the things that my future self would have done now, right? And I pictured myself that was like the financial, my financial self, the best financial self that I can be. I look for him. I look for that person. I look for. I speak to him. My best financial self. Listen to what I said. Hey guys. Hey guys. Look. Everybody wants to say hi. Grincha. Lilith. So this is Grincha. Say hi, Grincha. Lilith. Come here. Lilith. Come here. Come here. Come here. Lilith smiles. Lilith. Come here. Let's see. Lilith. Lilith. Ay, 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 ay. Lilith. Hey, Lilith. Smile. 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 Smile for the camera. All right. She won't smile for us right now. All right. So let's go back and it's amazing when you just sit back and go, fuck, I love my life. I love my home. Hey, don't go too far. All right, here we go. I love my animals. I love my wife. Adore my family. I got the best life in the world. All right, so I ground myself first. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to be opening up my energy, sharing it with everybody. For those of you that want to participate, if you're driving, do not do this. Okay? I've never tried it, but I will do it this way. If you're driving, I am going to send you I'm going to send you a hug. I'm going to send you a cosmic fucking hug, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the warmth. You're going to feel my arms wrap around you. You're going to feel it. My dog's over there pooping. All right. All right, cool. Hey! Come! Hold on, guys. Come on! Up! Come on! Agija. Get it! Adentro. Come. Lilith. Venga. Come here. Come here. Lilith. Come here. She doesn't. Come on. All right. Let me see if I'm. Thank you for that. I had to go put them away. Okay. So, back at it. If you're driving, just don't do it, but keep listening. I will be doing some things, and I'll send you a hug. For those of you that are going to do this with me, we will we'll do an exchange of energies. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to reward you for it. So, if there's something in your lives that you guys in your bodies that you need help with, so forth, and if you're clarity for your mind, if something hurts in your physically, I will make sure I want you to focus on that part, and I will send as much energy I can to that. Okay, so let's go from here. I'm asking permission. I have to ask for permission before I do certain things. Here we go. For those of you that are here with me present, thank you. Enjoy your gifts. My name is Nestor. I'm honored to be here. Thank you.